The Alzheimer's Association International Conference is currently underway. It's a 4-day event where scientists, researchers, and caretakers from all around the world come together to discuss the advancement of treatment and prevention methods for Alzheimer's. And coming out at this year's conference, a possible game changer for diagnosing the disease. And joining me once again, Kristen Cazada from the Alzheimer's Association of Connecticut. Thanks so much for being with us. Such a big week for Alzheimer's, and this conference is huge.
It's huge. There are about 10,000 people. 7,000 of them, and it's in Amsterdam, so not here. I'm not there, I'm here, sharing the information. But it is just the biggest conversation about dementia research, and very exciting.
And the big news, blood test. Is that
blood
what's
test,
happening?
yes. Information just out today, fresh out today, this morning. Breaking news. Doctors have a hard time diagnosing this disease, right? We used to say it was just on autopsy. Now it's that you can do a spinal tap and look for amyloid proteins in that. You can also look at the brain, while it's a live brain, imaging, looking at that as well. But doctors still have a hard time. So now this news is that doctors who used a blood test were 80% more positive with the diagnosis. They got 80% more of a diagnosis than those who didn't use a blood test.
So and now, what age group is that for?
We are talking about older people, so people who are diagnosed, so 65 and up, probably around the 70-year-old age group. So we're talking about the fact that this, plus a finger prick test, so we may be able to do a finger prick like diabetes at home and send a sample to a lab, and then they may be able to look at it and say, oh, there is a potential of amyloid proteins. It's another diagnostic tool, and we know how important that is right now about getting diagnosed early, because if we've been talking about two new medications that are approved by the FDA for those in the early stages, and then a third on the way. So it is exciting times in that regard.
That's a huge advancement. And there's also some news about gut health and brain health and the connection.
Yeah, I apologize if those who are eating breakfast right now.
No, it's late enough. I think, after 9 o'clock, it's probably safe.
About 16% of the world's population has a problem with constipation. And this is probably more likely for those who are older, right? Older adults who are sedentary and who may not drink enough water. So there is a new study that is talking about the fact that if you only go once every 3 days, there's a greater increase of cognitive decline. In fact, a 73% more chance of cognitive decline, leading to inflammation, right? And it could age you cognitively more than 3 years. So, all the more important to talk to your doctor about digestive health. Make sure you get enough fiber, exercise, drink enough water. This is for older adults and then us as well. We always talk about preventative. What can we do now, right? So really make sure, we always talk about what's good for your heart is good for your brain. Now we know that a healthy gut could equal a healthy brain as well.
Now, could this be considered maybe an early warning sign for someone who's younger, who is not in the 65 category
I would
yet?
check that out, right? Could be other things as well. This is it could fall under what's going on with you in other health issues. So we don't have that as a warning sign yet, but more and more evidence coming out that all the things, we're all connected, right? It's just one big system.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's just more support showing that the body is completely connected, and that there's a problem in one area, don't think it's not going to affect the other parts of your body.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like a whole body approach.
You got it.
And real quick before we go, where people can go get more information, call, get help.
Any questions about anything Alzheimer's or dementia, other dementia related, you can call our 24/7 helpline, which is 1-800-272-3900. And we're excited. We're in a new era of treatment. We have a couple medications for those in the early stages and one on the way. And it's good things are on the way.
Yeah, certainly great news for early diagnosis.
Absolutely.
That finger prick?
That'd be exciting.
That is incredible. All right, Kristen, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Always great to have you on the show.
Thank you.